Hi, I'm Ellen Gormley and welcome to my channel.
Start with a slip knot on our hook and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is the same as Tunisian crochet, and it is the same as linked double crochet foundation, but I'll do a bunch for you and you can hopefully see the different ways of looking at it, but all know that it's the same. So I'm going to turn my work slightly, and in the second stitch chain from the hook, I'm going to pull up a loop in the back bar. So just pull up a loop. That counts as the yarn over of the next stitch. If you're looking at it as a Tunisian, it's just the second vertical bar. And in that last chain, I'm going to pull up another loop there. For linked double crochet, when I yarn over and pull through one, it's the chain at the bottom of the stitch. But if it's Tunisian, it's yarn over, pull through one loop on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook. I actually have 2 stitches now. Okay, so there's my beginning chain 3 and then 1 linked double crochet. It's a double crochet that's linked to the first stitch. All right, I know this is so confusing. Okay, so if we turn it like this, it looks very Tunisian. By Tunisian, I mean, okay, here's the first vertical bar, and you don't need to insert your hook there because the first vertical bar is the loop that's on the hook. Then you would insert the hook here under the next vertical bar, pull up a loop, and then insert the hook in the last 2 stitches and pull up a loop for the last vertical bar. Then you would yarn over, pull through 1 loop on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook. Okay, so that's the Tunisian way of looking at it. It's exactly the same thing though, I'm just using different words for linked double crochet. Okay, so we'll use the terminology for linked double crochet this time, but it is the same exact construction, okay? So for linked double crochet, I'm going to instead of yarning over, I'm going to pull up a loop through the yarn over of the previous stitch. Then I'm going to pull up a pull up a loop in the bottom of the stitch. And then I have 3 loops on the hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through 1 loop on the stitch on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook. This is so you're making the chains at the bottom of the stitch at the same time that you're making the linked double crochets. So let's do that again. So instead of yarning over for a traditional double crochet, I'm going to get my yarn over by pulling up a loop in the yarn over of the previous stitch, and it becomes the new yarn over for the next stitch. And then I'll insert my hook in the bottom 2 loops of the previous stitch. And when I pull up a loop and then pull through just 1, it makes the chain at the bottom of the stitch. And then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 makes the double crochet. So it's all the same construction. It's just a matter of how you use words to describe it. This is the beginning of the linked double crochet scarf. Now I know that there's another video already on my playlist of linked double crochet, but it's in a yellow yarn and some of you had trouble viewing that, but also there was a very specific purpose why I wanted to use that yellow yarn, and it should become available or become clear to you why I used that yarn in July of 2019. So there's a hint for you. Okay, so we've got the linked double crochet. This is the first row of the linked double crochet, and I'm going to do a couple more stitches and then we'll turn and go back so that you can see how to turn. And this first row is unique, and then all the subsequent rows will be the same but not the same as this one. So this is how we start the project. So we're going to continue by grabbing the yarn through that first loop or that first vertical bar or that first yarn over, whatever you want to call it, that little line that stays on the surface, and then grab the yarn, insert the hook, grab the yarn, pull up a loop in that bottom part as well. Then yarn over, pull through 1 loop on the hook, which makes the chain at the bottom of the stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook 1, 2 times. So let's do that a few more times. So these are linked double crochets and the foundation all in one. And it is also a really skinny piece of Tunisian crochet. Just 3 stitches. if you view it like a Tunisian crochet piece. Okay. And then when we get to the end of the row and you've made as many stitches as you want, let's count stitches though so you know what I'm saying. So even though I'm kind of working vertically, I'm holding the yarn in this vertical way, it is still rows that go across. So the first row goes like this, and if we were to count stitches, you would count the first stitch here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 stitches. And then on the underside, you can see that lovely chain across the bottom as well. So you can count stitches there. Okay, so say that we are at the end of our scarf and we are ready to turn and go back and work subsequent rows. Then we are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn. Then we're going to insert the hook in the back ridge of the second chain from the hook. And because the chain 3 counts as the first stitch, we're not going to insert our hook here in the first stitch, but we're going to skip to the second one because we're actually making the second stitch already because the chain 3 counted as the first one. And then subsequent stitches are all the same with pull up a loop, then insert in the next stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you can see we're starting to make the next row stacked on top of the first row. And we're using the horizontal bar or the yarn over or whatever you want to call it, this little strand here where we're grabbing the yarn and pulling up a loop. And we're working all the way across. And this is really the basis for the linked double crochet scarf. I haven't decided on a name for it yet, but we're working on row 2 at the moment. But this is how you do the linked double crochet. So hang in there 1 second and the next video will show you how to change color, keep going, and I think in the multicolors you'll be able to see the stitches more vibrantly or it'll be more illustrative for you to see how it all works out. But this is the linked double crochet. Let's keep going, shall we? Continuing along this linked double crochet, so the subsequent stitches are just made by inserting the hook under the next vertical bar, pulling up a loop, and then inserting the hook in the next stitch, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook again. Now remember, if we're looking at it as if it's Tunisian and we're holding it kind of this way, you can see the vertical bar here. So it's as if we're only doing 2 stitches of Tunisian with pulling up a loop and then inserting in the last 2 vertical bars, which is the next stitch. Or if you're looking at it like a linked double crochet, you're inserting the hook in the yarn over from the previous stitch. So it's that little horizontal bar there and pulling up a loop and then pulling up a loop in the next stitch, yarning over, pulling through 2, and yarning over, pulling through 2. So it all really depends on your perspective. So these are linked stitches. It's not Tunisian crochet. However, it's really the same mechanics as Tunisian crochet. So you can look at it any way you need to look at it for it to make sense to you. But I'm making linked double crochets. So they're linked double crochets standing next to each other, but they're bound together by this next, like linking elbows with the stitch next to it. So inserting the hook in that horizontal bar or that vertical bar or the yarn over, whatever you want to call it, that little stitch that's on the surface, pulling up a loop, and then inserting the hook in the next stitch, both loops, pulling up a loop, yarning over and pulling through 2, yarning over and pulling through 2. So we'll make a few more of these linked double crochets. I'm intending to have this pattern ready for you soon. The pattern project is not actually done yet, but I wanted to film the video while I'm in process of making it so that I don't have to go back and make step outs after the fact, after the project is already made. I don't even know what it's going to be called yet. Do you want to chime in with what you think this scarf project should be called? please leave comments in the description box below. Now to change color in this pattern, in this linked double crochet pattern, let's show you how to do that. Then we will get to the end of the row and I'll show you how to turn the row and continue on. So to change color, I am going to work the entire stitch except for the last pull through. So I'm going to insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert my hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, just like we normally would. Now I'm going to yarn over and pull through just 2 loops on the hook, and I'm going to put this down and grab my next color, which I think I'm going to do blue next. So I'm going to grab my blue. I'm going to cut about 3-inch tail here of the pink. I'm going to hold the blue behind on the back of the work and then pull through with the blue to complete the stitch with the last yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook. Then I will continue just like I would in pattern, with pulling up a loop in that vertical bar and then pulling up a loop in the next stitch. I am working over the tails and then yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you're just continuing on in pattern as if nothing happened. And I will work over those tails until the tails disappear. I really enjoy the linked double crochet. I think it makes a denser fabric, which means there's less holes to it. It still has very good drape, especially in this nice big I size hook, even though it is a DK size yarn. So I'm just continuing to work over the tails, holding them with my holding tension hand, inserting, pulling up a loop, inserting, pulling up a loop, and then yarning over and pulling through 2 twice. So, and I will continue with the blue until the end of the row, and then we will work together to turn the corner and go back. So this project, I grabbed the yarns out of my closet and found yarns that were all the same style, and I really was inspired by the colors, so I decided to go ahead and do this project with all the colors. So it's Peyton's Classic Wool DK Superwash is the yarn, and I've got these 4 colors going here. And it really reminded me of like a cake yarn, only I get to choose the colors and I get to decide when to change color. And so you can go into your stash and find any colors you want and make the project, and you get to determine when to change colors. Totally random. You can plan it out. You can follow this pattern exactly and change color when it says to change color. You can use these colors. You can use 4 of your other favorite colors or stash colors. So I think this is just a fun basic project. It's very quick, it's very easy, and the whole point is to play with color. And so I think that gets overlooked sometimes. So on this last stitch, I need 1 more stitch here. I'm going to insert the hook in that vertical bar or the yarn over or whatever you want to call it. Pull up a loop. Then I'm going to insert the hook into one of the chains of the chain 3 turning, yarn over, pull up a loop and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's the final stitch of that row. So I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn. Now the chain 3 does count as, and I'll, after the pattern's done, the project's over, I'll take this little end that's poking up and I'll make sure that that's secured, and then I'll even cut it. So chain 3 and turn, and the chain 3 counts as the first double crochet, and so I'm going to target the next loop, the next stitch, to continue on. So I'm going to yarn over, or pull up a loop rather, in the second chain from the hook. Then I'm going to insert the hook not in the first stitch, because this chain 3 counts as the first stitch. I'm going to put it in the second stitch and pull up a loop and yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook. And now we're off and running back with the same pattern. So grabbing that yarn over, pulling up a loop, insert in the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and continue on. And you just keep on trucking, and you can change colors, like I said, literally anytime you want to. I'm going to just eyeball it for this pattern and keep right on going. And I intend to put this pattern up for you. It should, hopefully by the time I get this video up, you'll actually have the link available to make this scarf. I'm intending to make the scarf as wide as until I run out of yarn. But I'm playing with color and changing color randomly when I feel like it, because that is the point of this particular project for me, is just enjoy the linked double crochet and have fun with switching colors and kind of making my own cake. So maybe I should call it the homemade cake scarf, or cake at home, or something sweet or something like that. But I'm going to now keep on stitching, and I'm going to go film the beginning of this scarf and then post it before this part. So you will have all the parts necessary. So let me pause and go back and so I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial on the linked double crochet, changing color with it and turning rows with the linked double crochet. And that's all for today. Thank you so much.